Hello there. Good morning, everybody. I want to welcome you all here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph, and I'm the host of this show. So, we're back with a series that we have been running for the month of February, which is Where Are We Going Now? Or Where Are We Going From Here? I think that's what it's called. We'll bring it up so we can see. Yeah, Where Are We Going is the name of the series, and which I take an artist or a producer off of an album and I move him forward to another album that he has done. So the guy that I've chosen for today is Bob Ezrin, who is on the Alice Cooper Revenge of Alice Cooper album. And he goes forward, and you could have picked 1,000 different albums for him, but I chose this one from Pink Floyd, The Wall. I'm trying to get as many of the albums that are really good in as I can get. This one definitely deserves to be qualified for that. So The Wall is the album I'm talking about today. Now, my history with The Wall isn't great. I started out, when I first heard it, I thought it was overrated. And then the more I heard it, the more I was convinced it was overrated. Then I began to dislike it quite a bit, and to the point where I wouldn't listen to it at all. And so went that way for a good couple of decades where I never really listened to the album at all. And then I didn't even own it, so I wasn't interested. Until I found one day, I found Dark Side of the Moon at a yard sale and thought, it's $1, I'll buy it, even though it's a Pink Floyd album and I don't really care for them. I took it home, and gradually over time I was listening to it, and I started to kind of like it a bit. Then I bought Animals because I wanted to hear if that was which one of the two albums, either The Wall or Dark Side of the Moon, was more reminiscent of Pink Floyd. And Animals was great, and I fell in love with it. And then I fell in love with the band, and I started buying all their stuff. And then I've since gone back and got The Wall. And I don't mind this album now. I've kind of grown a little bit used to it. I kind of see where it's coming from. And I would say it's a double album, but there's at least enough good stuff on here to make a solid, good one album. Maybe you can even go a little further, add maybe 14 tracks on a busy one CD. But there's some stuff on here I still don't care for. But generally speaking, I've kind of liked this album a little bit more than I used to. So I decided I would bring it here. I mean, this album has some of Pink Floyd's best, most classic songs that I even like quite a bit. Now, I don't generally like a lot on the album, but there are tracks on here that I like a lot. It's difficult to read this album, though, so I'm just looking to see if they have a list, which I don't think they do. So, of course, this album was produced by Bob Ezrin. He was the producer I brought forward from the Revenge of Alice Cooper album. And so it allowed me to come to this album. Now, this does have some songs on here that I quite like. Of course, everybody knows Another Brick in the Wall Part 2. That's one of the big tracks on the album. But the ones for me, Mother. Sorry, I wish it wasn't set up this way. It's not really convenient. Can't read it anyways. I'm just looking for the other two tracks that I wanted to see. Just make sure I get the pronunciation right. Vera, which is my mother's name, is also on here. Comfortably Numb, of course, one of their biggest and most famous songs. And Run Like Hell. Those are the three tracks that I like a lot off of this album. Run Like Hell, Mother, and Comfortably Numb. Comfortably Numb probably being the one I like the most, but there's a few other tracks on here that are not bad too. But those are the three big tracks for me, and probably the big tracks for most people too. So that was my choice for today. The Wall, Pink Floyd, Bob Ezrin being the producer that went forward. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please hit the like and subscribe. If you want, you can put comments about either The Wall or Pink Floyd or Bob Ezrin if you want to do any of those. Or you can guess which artist I'm going to pick off The Wall to move forward next. It's all up to you. Try to figure out what path I might take. Anyways, I hope to see you all then. Have yourself a good evening, and goodbye here from the Prog Monster.